Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Scouting. And this time we are here on Abbey, and we are in our Chaffee. And Abbey is a map that is very, very difficult for a lot of players in Scouts to do well in. There are quite a few maps in the game where it is very difficult for a scout to have an impact and do well in a game. And that's what this video today is all about. Sometimes you have to change your mindset. Sometimes you get onto a map in a scout and it's not a good map for a scout. So stop being a scout. It took me a long time to learn this lesson, and it is still a lesson I am learning. Sometimes I get into maps and I am cursing the map because it is not a good scouting map, but you really have to sit back and change your mindset and think, well, alright, I am not going to be a scout on this particular map. I am going to have to be a damage dealer. I am going to have to be a medium tank. I am going to have to be a pain in the ass, and that is what I do in this particular game. Now, Abbey is a very difficult map to scout on for the following reasons. It is full of choke points, and there are quite a few maps that are full of choke points. So this is not a good map for passive scouting because there are next to no decent spotting positions that you can use like a passive scout. If early game has gone well and your team have won the Abbey, there is a bush just on the edge of the Abbey at G5 you can do some passive scouting from, but by then the game is pretty much almost won, and you're not going to be doing any much passive scouting at all on this map. And it is not a good map for active scouting because of the aforementioned choke points. If you take your scout down the 8 line, down what I like to call the coast road, you're going to be going head to head against enemy heavies and enemy TDs, and that is not a good place to be when you're in a scout. Likewise, if you go down the 1-2 lines, you again may get some early spots off. You'll spot the enemy before anyone else, but then you're left in a position where you've got to go head to head against enemy mediums, enemy heavies, and perhaps enemy TDs. If you go through the center of the map and you go down the Abbey Road just on the edge of the 5 line and you go straight down the middle road on Abbey, you are going to be running into the enemy scouts, you're going to be running head on into the enemy mediums, and you're going to be head on running into any TDs that are sitting in spawn waiting for you to do just that. Likewise, a lot of RT pre-aim on that middle road waiting for tanks to try and come down it to get up into the Abbey. So as an active scout, it is not a very good map either. There are just far too many choke points. So you have to change your mindset. You have to start playing this like a medium, and you're going to have to basically try and do what you can to be a pain in the ass. So we are going to start, and I am going to put it on ×2. And we are just going to destroy the cover in cap. Always destroy the cover in cap if you have the opportunity to. And it looks as if I'm going up the middle road, but I'm not. And anytime I get Abbey, you'll see me do this in my scouts. I'm not going to go up the road. I'm going to come around to this side of the Abbey instead. And what this allows you to do is when you come around the corner, you'll may be able to spot enemy tanks coming up the 7 line, but you may also get a couple of spots off on even enemy RT if enemy RT is trying to advance over to the 8 line. But nothing spotted so far, and a tree just fell. Don't know whether you saw that. A tree fell, so I know I've got company up here. So I'm waiting for the enemy tank. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm waiting for him to advance across the doorway here. Just making sure I have no shots on the T1 Heavy. So usually I can get 1 or 2 sneaky shots off here, but I decide to go see what tank it is, and it's an AMX-12T. So we proxy spot each other, and I'm going to pause it here. So I do not want to advance around the corner too far because of that T29. The T29 could go right and up into the Abbey and start causing me problems, so I need to be a little bit cautious here. AMX-12T did spot me, but he has traveled down to my left, and that is where the problem with this particular position comes in. I am in an archway, and that limits my field of view very, very badly. I cannot see what way the AMX-12T is facing, so I'm going to have to take a risk here. And again, I've got two tanks to worry about. I've got the 12T, in case he's turned around after spotting me, and I've got the T-29 who might be coming up to go hull down and cause me problems. So I take a risk, I pop out, and AMX-12T is not in a position to deal with me. He's reversing, but nope, I've just got the back of him. So I put one shot into him, and I could have hung around for another shot, but again, I was worried about the T-29, so I reverse. And I'm waiting, miss my track shot again. I reverse in case the T-29 is coming up, but the T-29 has advanced. So now I've got the 12T to myself. We'll track him, he missed his shot, and now I've got other problems. I've got something shooting at me from across the valley. Don't know what that is, but there are definitely two tanks firing at me. The T-29 has advanced, so I don't need to worry about him. It's just the tank across the valley that's shooting at me and the AMX-12T. So gonna pop out, see if I can get another shot on the 12T. He's pre-aimed on this corner, but I reckon I can take one hit. But unfortunately, I misjudged my advance, and he manages to get two shots into me. I track him again, but I now know it's an A-20 firing at me from across the valley, and I don't really have to worry about an A-20 at this range. So we tracked the AMX. He is dead. A-20 is bouncing at this range. So now I've got to go look after this T-29. Got to spot him for my team. So he's not facing me. I advance, put one shot in, but then I realize he can't get his gun on target. Even if he turns around to try and shoot me, there's a building in the way. So he can't shoot me. So let's go for an engine shot. And thankfully, it sets him on fire. He doesn't have a fire extinguisher. So nice 1,000 damage there or thereabouts to start the game off with. So I'm moving erratically because enemy do have RT. My team are advancing aggressively down the 8 line, and I try and spot this A-20. So I'm waiting for the A-20 to shoot at me, but nope. Okay, A-20 is either retreating or advancing with the rest of his tanks, so let's go forward. And this is the passive spotting position I was talking about. We have a bush just here. You'll see it past this bush, the bush beyond that, and we are going to move up into that bush to see if we can do some spotting damage. So we've spotted a Jagdpanzer IV.
Enemy armor is hit.
So I've been spotted, but
Penetration.
I'm gonna hang around, get a couple more shots in.
Penetration.
RT has been spotted. E25 is retreating from the 8 line, so we'll wait for him. Miss my shot, and he goes stealth. So no point in wasting any more shots there. Let's pop forward, see if we can spot anything else. So tanks behind me, and I figure I can probably flank them. Jagdpanzer IV has just appeared on radar, so I have a quick look, but nope, no shots on him. So let's go back and deal with the tanks advancing in the north. We've got lots of TDs back there, so I'm not that worried. So pull forward, and then realize I'm not going to have any shots. Not going to have any shots, and besides which, the Hellcat and the KV-1S are both nearly dead. So our team are advancing down. They've gone down the 8 line. They're moving into the enemy spawn. I reckon all the enemy back there are going to be focused on them, so we can flank, and that's what we're going to do. Jagdpanzer IV is dead, so where's the E25? Just spotted him. He's got a side to me, which is exactly what I thought would happen. I've been spotted, but I've got a rapid rate of fire, so I can afford to hang around, put a few more shots in. So I retreat, and then I realize I can take a couple of hits. I need to roll high. I roll high, kill him. He fires a gold round into me, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so we know where enemy Artie is. I'm really surprised none of our tanks went to kill Artie. Artie made a run for it, so I'm not going to let him get away. I could have stayed to get some cap points, but I want to do a little bit more damage in this game. So I figure I'll just go around the corner and kill Artie. But, oh, where's he gone? Very fast Artie, maybe? Nope, the scumbag is drowning himself, so we'll pop over the edge, we'll get one shot in, and he drowns himself. So that's pretty much it. The main point of the video today is you have to change your mindset on some maps. You cannot be a scout all the time, even though you are in a scout tank. We did end up with 3,572 XP, and that was a double. We did end up finishing first. We ended up getting 1,191 base damage. So the game went pretty well. And that was simply due to the fact I went into this game with the mindset I was going to be a pain in the ass, not a scout. We ended up doing 1,810 damage, and again, this is how strong the Chaffee can be. The matchup was a little bit kind to it. It was a tier 7 game, and the Chaffee can see up to tier 10s, but even in tier 10 battles, the Chaffee can deal out this sort of damage. So we did top damage on our team. We only managed to get 2 kills though. We fired 15 shots, 12 direct hits and 12 penetrations, a nice amount of damage, and 729 spotting damage. So even though we didn't do a fantastic scouting job, we only detected 4 enemies, we damaged 4, destroyed 2. Abbey is not a map you can go into solely thinking you're going to be a scout. You really have to change your mindset and become a flanker, become a medium tank, and basically become an all-out pain in the butt. The route I took up to Abbey is one I always take when I'm starting from the north, and it can fail, but usually it does okay, especially on a map that isn't very kind to scouts. We ended up making 18,500 credits, 1786 base XP with a premium account times 2 left me on 3,572. So not fantastic, but the main lesson of this video is on Abbey. It's not a good scouting map, and there's nothing you can do to change that. So change your mindset. Play it like a medium, play it like a flanker, and you'll prosper. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.